You know what? I'm about to say it. Okay.
Say it.
I don't care if you broke your elbow.
You can stand under my know that you can stand under my.
Oh, hello. So, I thought I would just make a video because I haven't made a video in ages. Because it's lockdown 3.0 now, life update. I thought I would just maybe explain how I'm feeling at the moment. Maybe this could relate to some of you. I don't know. I am really anxious at the moment, like really anxious about everything. I recently had to isolate because someone I knew had COVID that I'd come into contact with. I probably had it, I'm not gonna lie, but I stayed in for about 3 weeks because then I got another notification that I had to stay in for another 8 days, which really doesn't help my anxiety because when I'm locked in my house for so long, like I've had it my whole life, even before lockdown, like I get attached to my house somehow. I like struggle to even walk up the road. Like recently I've been trying to get out as much as I can if it's a walk or a drive or anything, but I found that I can't even drive anymore, which is really sad because when I'm driving I feel like I don't know myself. Like it's really weird, I can't describe it. It's like I'm gonna pass out. But the whole moral of the story is basically that I can't even go out the road without panicking and feeling like I'm gonna faint. I can't even drive without panicking and feeling like I'm gonna faint. Like I feel like I'm dying at a rapid rate. That's the only way I can describe how I actually feel right now. So this video is kind of like ways I'm coping. I'm coping with music. I'm trying to listen to like a meditation before I sleep. I don't know if that's any good idea. Someone I spoke to said Headspace was a good idea. I found colouring helps. I did this the other day. Well, today. It's pretty trippy. I've done a few. This light helps. I got this off Amazon. I think it was like 40 quid. It was quite a stretch for me, I'm not gonna lie, but very worth it. I sleep with it. What else helps me? I'm not gonna lie, nothing really helps me. It just distracts my brain. I basically got prescribed. I had like this FaceTime thing with a doctor the other day and I was like, hey look, I've come to you for like the 5th time and nothing is working anymore. Please help. So they just prescribed me sertraline. I've heard really good stuff about it. Personally, I reacted really bad to it. I woke up after taking it. Once I took it, I felt very, very, very sick. Had very bad stomach. I was over the toilet and sweating when I woke up. Sorry TMI, but yeah, it's not really for me. I wasn't very open to medication in the first place, which is a few people told me like you have to be mentally prepared to take it, which I now agree with because it literally brought out all my anxieties in one go, which really hasn't helped me. Which is feeling faint, feeling sick, lightheaded, dizzy, you know, the whole shebang. So yeah, I basically died on that, not gonna lie. But yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't work because it just doesn't work personally for me, but I highly suggest, you know, talking to someone before you even think about that because I just went balls deep and, you know, took it. So that's that. And also my appetite. Let's just talk about my appetite. My appetite at the moment is non-existent, and if it is, it's for junk food, and that's no cap. The thought of like eating freaking meat or any substantial meal, I'm like, ew, I can't eat that. But yeah, I've always suffered with anxiety, like my whole life, pretty much, but I just didn't know what it was back then. I'm really gonna delve into my fucking issues right now, aren't I? Rewind to when I was like in year 4, which I don't know what age that is. That is the only age I remember feeling this certain thing. I basically used to daydream a lot, and that's where it started, which you'd think, Corey, everyone daydreams, but everyone's anxious, but on different spectrums. So I used to just sit there in class, in anywhere that was an open space, bright lights, any busy place I didn't like, and I would, for about 2 minutes maybe, just not know where I was and just feel really dissociated. Dissociated is a very key word because I realised that that's what it could be. I was never diagnosed with anything because I had brain scans the lot. They didn't know what it was. They just said, she's going to grow out a bit at the age of 12. well, hun, I'm now 19 and I still haven't grown out of it. It's not something you just grow out of. It actually has got worse. But yeah, dissociation is something I've literally lived with my whole life, and it's currently got really worse because my stress levels are up here and my anxiety levels are up here. So it's triggered by an environmental issue or a situation. It depends. There's 2 different types. You can look it up if you want. I get both, where I don't feel like I'm in my own body and I don't feel like I'm where I am. It's really difficult to explain unless you've experienced it. It's almost like you've lost control of yourself and you don't feel real. I used to get it in our chapel services at school. If you went to the same school as me, probably didn't know that because I just pushed through it. But that's what I've learned not to do, not push through it, because it makes it so much worse for yourself. There's not enough, I don't think there's enough research on it, to be honest with you. But apparently at least 50% of the adult population get one experience of dissociation, which is actually mad. You'd think there'd be more research into that, but I don't think there is. It stops me from doing things. For example, I don't go to Tesco anymore. I don't go to supermarkets. I don't go to shopping. I don't do any of that, because the things that trigger it is busyness, bright lights, open space, which is everything a supermarket is. But yeah, that was one of my first signs of anxiety dissociation when I was younger, because I'd always be like, whoa, I feel like I'm not in this room. Like, it was really weird. The only reason I found out what this was actually is from my other podcast. This girl messaged me and said, I have a similar thing and I think it's this. I listened to this podcast, you should have a listen to it. And it was about dissociation, and since then I haven't felt alone. So I'm hoping that this video can help someone not feel alone. It's not in any means to help someone like I'm a doctor. I'm just saying ways to cope with it, what helps me, and if you ever need to talk, my DMs are open. So yeah, I just want to try and express how I feel, because it just helps, because I haven't done the podcast in so long. As Hannah, we're both going to explain the situation, basically what happened. There's nothing between us, it's simply just our lives, stuff has happened in it, which means we can't see each other, and also the pandemic. So we're both very sad about it, but we will come back hopefully soon. Hannah's got very exciting news to share with you all, and we'll probably make a little vlog and podcast type thing, because it's very exciting. But I'm not going to say anything else because it's Hannah's news. But yeah, hopefully the podcast will come back soon, because I kind of didn't want to put all this negative stuff on my podcast. I really wanted to just come back with a bang, come back with some positive vibes for you, because I know that this is a really tough time, and I've heard a few people say that the podcast really helps people in the lockdown. It's kind of like an escape for them. So I don't want that escape to be me having a rant and being like, yeah, I'm really freaking down right now. But so that's that. I really hope this video was somewhat helpful, and hopefully I can make more videos like this to explain and express and give my daily opinion on my life. Don't know if that made any sense, but I'm basically going to do a diary. Goodbye.
You know what? I'm about to say it.
I don't care if you broke your elbow.